it's time to dig into our text. And this time we are having that communication with our text because we're going to ask questions as we read. Yesterday you came up with great questions before you read, questions that you wanted answered based off of what you thought we were going to read about. Now we're going to get to read, and we get to ask questions about the reading, what we're actually learning. What else do we want to know? Animals touch. An animal will tug and grab. Do you think if an animal tugs and grabs that it's trying to communicate? I think so. When my animal, my dog, grabs at her toy, she wants to play. She really tugs hard and she wants to play. Do you think the polar bears are playing? Maybe. I've seen bears play with each other, and they pull on each other's ears, and they play, and they run around. That's what the cubs do. These polar bears look like they could be playing. I wonder, are these polar bears playing? What are the polar bears doing? Why are they, or how are they communicating if they're pulling and tugging? An animal can hug its baby. How do elephants hug? How do elephants hug? I'm curious about that. That's a question that I'm asking based off of what I'm reading. What do you think? How do animals hug? My dog doesn't hug me. I hug my dog. I know monkeys can hug each other, but they're saying elephants can hug. How do elephants hug? What do you think an elephant would use? Oh, I wonder, do they hug using a trunk? That's a really good guess. The dog and cat are friends. How can you tell? Yeah, they're cuddling. Usually if a dog and cat are cuddling, then they are friends. Just like, does your dog or cat like to cuddle you? Is your dog or cat communicating with you because they're cuddling you? Yeah. How else do they communicate with you? Animals hear. What is in the grass? Animals can hear it. They will run away from it. This is a rattlesnake. What sound does a rattlesnake make? Another good question about reading. They rattle, right? A rattlesnake has little things inside its tail, and it rattles and makes a rattling sound. I've been there. I've heard a rattlesnake when I was hiking, and I'll tell you, I got out of there fast. I did not want to be bit by a rattlesnake. Do you think other animals want to be bit by a rattlesnake? No. So that rattlesnake is saying, hey, stay away. I'm over here. Don't step on me. Great way for animals to communicate. Are there other animals that have rattles? Are there other animals that make noise to warn the other animals? A bird will sing, here I am. So birds want to get to know each other sometimes. They want to sing and call. They want to talk to each other. So they'll sing. And then that tells the other birds where they are. A wolf will call to its pack, here I am. So what do wolves do? Do they say, yo, over here? No, they don't do that. They howl. What does a wolf howl sound like? That's a question that we're doing while we're reading. All these are great questions. Why do wolves howl? Why do they want to get together? What part of their bodies do they use to howl? Have you ever heard a wolf howl? Oh, it's beautiful sound, and it goes really far. How do they get their howls to go so far? You know what? I feel like we probably have enough questions, don't you? Let's stop there today, and I want you to write one question based off of today's reading. I got a lot of questions. I want to know so much about how animals communicate. I had questions about the polar bears and the elephants, questions about the dog and the cat, and about that rattlesnake, about the birds and the wolves. What question can you write to help you communicate with your text? Ask a question and then see if you can figure out the answer. You don't have to write the answer, but see if you can figure it out. Maybe you can look for a video that tells you the answer. You could ask a parent or maybe an older brother or sister. Start communicating with each other too, and that will answer some questions. If you want to go back to the story, it's in our book 1.2 and page 48. Then you can go back and make sure that you are writing a question based off of what we read today. Don't go past the wolf howling. Okay, we're going to finish that tomorrow.